Uh, Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to another Thursday session of the 1 Million Teachers Black Belt weekly sessions. We have a very esteemed and highly reputable Black Belt today with us. And she'll be delivering on a topic that you and I all know that it's very crucial to our professional and personal development. She's an educational management. She holds a degree in educational management. She's a 1 million teacher black belt. She has certificates from different professional fields. She's a relationship expert and administrator, and a teacher that has won several awards. Not only that, she's a mentor, a counselor, and a training and retraining officer and recruitment officer. Now, ladies and gentlemen on the call, please, with any lovely and beautiful emoji, let's welcome Miss Victoria Imemba Ijoma. Please, let's put our hands together, give her a love emoji. Whatever emoji you can, please, let's show her some love as she takes the stage. Over to you, Miss Imemba.
Hello, hello everyone. Happy New Year. You're welcome to the first session this year 2025. I want to thank 1 million teachers for the opportunity they have granted me today to anchor today's program. Honestly, I see myself as privileged to be part of this community. I don't know about you. This is a community that has given us so many opportunities. So if you are a member of this community, I want us to see ourselves as people that are lucky, people that are connected, people that have to be proud of whatever we are and proud of ourselves. I really want to thank our mommy, Madam Fatima, for being so good, for being so thoughtful. See it to be thoughtful and ask me to hold on the stage for today. I also want to thank our CEO, because without him, I don't think we have this kind of community. So I want to welcome you all from wherever you are joining from. You're welcome. And today we are discussing establishing relationships. Of a truth, so many people will ask, why this topic? What is there in relationship? But I want to tell you that there are whole lots in relationship. There are whole lots in relationship. Having a friend is different from establishing a relationship. An established relationship is a relationship that yields results. It's a relationship that gives you an edge, that helps you to have a leverage to succeed as a person and also a career individual. So today we are going to, I have worked with so many people. I observe that one of the problems we do have, maybe as school leaders, is establishing relationship with people. So that is why I choose this topic to share with us today. I know that at the end of today, we'll be able to learn as we always do. We'll be able to unlearn and we also relearn. So let us, all of us, is going to be an interactive section, because It's not a strange topic, or it's not something we don't know. So just let us team up together and reason together and see how we can improve in our relationship with people, in our relationship with even the children that we are teaching. In a relationship, just yesterday we saw on platform how a teacher maltreated a child just because the child cannot write 61. These are because they don't know what it is to have a relationship, the importance of having a relationship with children. That was why that thing happened. So please, Mr. Patrick, help me share the slide. Thank you. Okay. The objective of today's section is that at the end of this section, we'll be able to know the importance of relationship, just as I have said. We are going to see the strategies that we need to apply in establishing our relationship. We are also going to see the guide. What should guide us in establishing relationship? Then we are going to see how this relationship can be sustained. But before we go on, I want you to type or unmute yourself to tell me another word you can use for relationship. Please let us do that fast. Another word you can use for the word relationship.
Connection.
Okay. Is it just one person? You can type, you can type, you can also, you can type on the chat box, you can also say it. Okay, bond. Yes. Okay, familiarity. Networking. Okay, thank you. So you can see that all these words are the same, meaning partnership, cooperating. And as humans, as we grow in life, there is need for us to need the services of people for us to achieve our goal. As we always say that we are all social animals. We need one another to exist. We need the support of people, and people need also our support. Nobody is an island. We are all piece of the continent. So if, as you are growing in life, as you are growing in your career, you will really need people's support for you to excel. And most of the times, this support is what we don't really get, or when we get it, we don't really see the good result or the desired result in it. Why? It's because we have not taken time to look at how this relationship can be nurtured, how it can be built, how it can be established. So one of the importance of building a relationship is for career advancement. Mr. Patrick, you can go to the next slide, please. Mr. Patrick, okay. Career advancement is one of the major things. As you grow in life, you need people to help you. Career advancement in this sense has to do your professional career. Just like 1 million teachers, let us borrow a leaf from 1 million teachers. Our CEO just had this dream. And after having this dream, he hatched the dream. And I think I would say that he started the inauguration of this thing just in a place, in one country. And today you can see that it has cut across so many countries. And he's just one person. He cannot be in Nigeria and be in Rwanda. He cannot be in Rwanda and be in Kenya. So he needs the support of people that will represent him. So for him to achieve this, he needs to build a good relationship with those people that can represent him. So one of the major reasons that we cannot do without good relationship is because as we are advancing in life, we need people to support us. We need people to be there even when we are not there. Then another thing is mutual trust. If people don't trust you, if you don't have people around you that trust you, you will find out that you'll be having a problem because no one will confide in you. But if you have people that you have related so well with, and they have tested you, and they have tried you in so many ways, they will be trusting you, and because of that trust, they will recommend you to people. They will connect you to people because they have established a relationship with you, and they have now believe in you, believe on what you can do, and they will now tell people, I trust this person. If you entrust this thing in his hand or in her hand, I know he will not fail you. So this is another importance of building a relationship. Then emotional support. We cannot rule this out. We cannot rule this out. There is no one that is not being stuck on the way. Then when you are stuck on the way, what do you do? If you are alone, you will be nursing it alone. You will be dying in silence. But when you have built a network around you, you'll be able to open up to them. Like me, I always disturb Mr. Patrick every time. I will always call him for this, for that, for this, for that. Why am I free to call him? Because I have established a good relationship with him. So if another reason is emotional support. When you are stuck somewhere, you need to share it with someone, and that person will give you a word that will bring like a relief, a word that will motivate you to move on. But if you don't have a good relationship with people, your problem will mean nothing to them. It will mean nothing to them because you've not identified with them. You've not seen them as people that exist. You didn't see them as anything. So emotional support, because there is no time someone will not be emotionally down. So when you're emotionally down, at that point in time, you need someone by your side. Then mentorship and guidance is another reason why we need to establish a relationship. We know that, as they will say, that a mentor is someone that is more experienced. It's not always like that. I will say that a mentor for me is someone that is there before you. Someone that is there before you. If someone is in a business before you, and that person, you now enter into such a business, you'll be able to call that person. Please, how did you do this? How were you able to overcome this hurdle? Because that person is a mentor, is standing as a guardian. And you cannot be free to get all this support from people if you don't have a good relationship with them. So we need to take establishing of relationship as important as anything, because it's something we cannot do alone. And safe environments. If you have a good relationship, you'll be safe. I want to say, maybe let me borrow in an office, maybe where you're heading as a teacher or a school leader. And you find out that some teachers can plan against you. Some teachers can plan against you because being the leader, maybe there are some policies that you will bring that will not really work to their favor, and they want to sabotage that, or they want to use it maybe to frustrate you. But because you have within that teachers, you have related so well with some of them, you will see one that will come and tell you, this is what they are saying, concerning that decision that you brought the other day. This is what they are planning to do. And with that, you have that safety. With that, you will not know what to do. You will not, because you are not in the environment becomes safe for you, because you have people around you. You have people that can defend you, even when you are not there. Even when you are not there, people will be speaking for you. But if you don't have this closeness with people, it will be very difficult. So as a teacher, even that thing that just the illustration I gave here now, if that teacher has a good relationship with the parent of that child, I'm telling you, that teacher will be set free. So even amongst our parents, let us try to build a good relationship with them. So that I know of my school, I know of one teacher that the school management wanted to lay off. His parent that came to beg and beg and beg and say, please forgive her. Why? Because she has connected so well with that parent, and the school was able to listen to her. So both with your parents, with your learners, with your school leader, you are a leader too. You need to connect well so that you operate in a safe environment. Then wider coverage is what I mentioned when I was starting, that I use our CEO as an illustration. As you are growing, as you are progressing in your career, you might not be able to cover everywhere. You need people. You need people here and there to help you, because you are growing. Expansion means progress. If you are in a business, or you are doing anything, you are stagnant, you are always in one place, that means you are not growing. But as long as you are growing, you'll be covering wider spaces. And for you to have people that will be there for you and ensure that the quality service you are rendering where you are is going on so where you are not, is someone that you have recognized and appreciated and valued. The person will be standing as if you are the one standing, because that relationship has been built. Then another thing is, for you to establish a relationship also, one of the importance of relationship is for accountability. Is for accountability. You know that, as I will always, throughout this session, I will just confine my illustrations with what is happening in 1 million teachers. Like now in Abuja, he has people representing. In Lagos, he has people. In Kano, he has people. And at the end of it, if he needs any report, any progress report, he will call on these people. So these are reasons why it is important to establish a relationship. So I don't know, before I move on, as I said, it's going to be interactive. Just one person. I just one person to add to what I've said. Or what will you say concerning what I've said, that's importance of building a relationship? Just one person, because of our time. If you cannot say it, you can type on the chat box.
Yes, if you're ready to say anything, just unmute yourself and add a voice to the importance of building a network.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening once again.
Living.
This is Ruth from Alta. So to add to what you have said, madam, in building relationship, it will aid in our learning together. When you are
Okay.
able well to relate well with your fellow colleagues, you'll be able to learn more together. That's what I want to add.
Okay, thank you. The next slide, please, Mr. Patrick. Help me share the next slide. Okay, strategies. You know that you have to be strategic in whatever you are doing. If you are not strategic in whatever you are doing, that means you don't know what you are doing. So being strategic in everything we are doing is very, very important, both is in our individual life and in our personal lives. So one of these strategies that will help to build a relationship and keep that relationship is being open to communication. If you have people around you and you cannot listen to what they are saying, their voices makes no sense to you, their counsels makes no sense to you, they will cease, they will stop. So for us to, this one of the strategies of gaining people's mind is being open. Give them access to you. Let them be able to speak their minds. Let them come out with their own mind, with their own ideas. And they come out with their own ideas, even if it makes no sense. But tell them, oh, what you have said is very okay. We'll look into it. So that is one of the strategy, being open to communication. Let people assess you. Don't exalt yourself so much that people cannot come around you. There are some people, maybe, let me use school heads or so, or maybe you are a manager somewhere and you find out that because of that office, you make yourself, you exalt yourself so much. So people can't even come close to even air their view. No. One of the strategies is to be open to communication. Then another strategy is including people in your decision making. You cannot just come out, maybe because you're a leader in a particular office or position. You come up one day and say, this is what I've decided to do. They will frustrate that your decision. But when you have a team member, you will call them and say, this is what I think we should do. What do you say to it? Giving them sense of value, giving them sense of respect. Okay, you might even find that in that process, maybe that method or that approach you even want to use in that problem, they might give you a better idea. So when you include people in decision making, it helps, it makes your work easy. It makes you to flow. It makes people to respect you. It makes people to know that they are honored, they are valued. But if you are someone that's just come up and just impose on people, in fact, they will frustrate that your decision. Just like we used to tell, you say that if you want to make a classroom and you want that classroom to be effective, all you need to do is to carry the learners along in the class. Tell them, what do you think should be our classroom? And when they are part of that classroom, they obey that rule because they are part of it. It's the same thing. When people are part of decision, you find out that decision will make sense and that decision will be carried. But if you come and impose on people, it will not work. That means you are not relating well. Relationship is from the word relating. You are not relating well with people. So you need to relate well with people so that people will key in to your ideas. If people don't key into your ideas, that idea will just die a natural death. Then another thing is team culture, inclusive team culture. As all of us here are now, we have different culture. We have different way of reasoning. We have different way of understanding. We have different way of approaching issues. But you as a leader or a team leader, do you bullshit people's culture? Get out. That is how, it's not how we do it in my area. No, respect the culture of everybody. And you respect people's culture, the way they do their things, they will really work well with you. They will really be with you and achieve, you will now work and achieve that thing. But if you are looking down on people's culture, if you are looking down on culture of people, I think, okay, there was someone that gave us, there was one section I can't remember the person that was talking on culture, also talk on culture, respecting people's culture. So it's one of the strategies to really maintain a relationship. Respect people's culture. A Yoruba person is different from Igbo person, and Hausa and a Kenya person, Rwanda person, vice versa. But respect every team member of that your team. Respect everybody, irrespective of where the person is coming from. Then another way of having a support network is being empathetic. Being empathetic. Put people in your shoe. If you are working with people and they have issues and they relate the issues to you and you treat it as nothing, you treat it as it makes no sense, it's not my business, you can go to hell, sort yourself out, that is your business, you are not establishing a relationship that will last. You are not establishing a relationship. I want to use myself for example. So many people that have come and gone in my establishment, they call me, they text me, that even my school owner will be asking, how are you even, how these people is still keeping you, remembering you? I will tell her, mommy, because I related well with them. I did not have issue with them, so they cannot just forget me. They will keep remembering me. Let us learn to establish relationship that will last. A relationship that wherever they are, they will keep remembering us. Even if they travel outside the country, anywhere they are, when they succeed, they will. There is one day I was in the office. Someone wore Air Force uniform, just entered the office. He said, mommy, you don't know me again. I said, I can't remember you. He said, look at my face very well. I said, I can't remember you. He said, I'm Joshua. I said, Joshua Adigu. I said, are you now an Air Force person? He said, yes, ma'am. I just asked them if you are still in that school. They said yes. I said, I must come and see you because I know how you were. And I was stubborn then. I know how you were talking to my mother. I said, I will not forget you because I have created that bond. I have created that bond. I cannot even count how many students that traces me and come because of the relationship I built when they were with me. So that is it. Then you have to be emotionally intelligent. I think in all our sections, I don't think there's any section that have ended without us mentioning this word, emotionally intelligent. As a person, as a leader, how well are you in control of your emotion? How well can you control your emotion? If you don't control your emotions, you cannot tolerate people. You will see that you will act before you think because you are not in charge of your emotion. So before you can establish a good relationship, you have to ensure that your emotions is on check. That even if a team member tries to provoke you, that you'll be able to hold yourself. You will be able to resist that temptation at that time. You don't act immediately. Because when you act immediately, you might regret it at last. Oh, I wouldn't have said what I said. Oh, I wouldn't. Oh, I'm sorry. And you keep apologizing, which is very, very bad. So let us, as much as is possible, let all of us learn to be in check of our emotion. Let us have control over our emotions so that what we have built, we will not use just a second to destroy it. Emotion has a lot of role to play in building a relationship. So let us have be able to control our emotions, because when you are working with people, there is no how people will not step on your toes. There is no how people will not say things that will affect you. But as a leader, have that control over that situation. That is what is called maturity. So that is another strategy of keeping people, that people will be asking, with what that person said, you are still talking with that person. With what she did to you. Like me, that's is everyday song. With what he said, and you are still, I said, is it not what he said? Did he write it on my face? He has said it, and you find out that when you're able to control yourself at that particular point in time, they will come and be begging you, I'm sorry for what I said. Even if they cannot, they will test you. Please forgive me for what I did. I know I didn't do well. Instead of you to be the one to apologize. One thing that is very bad is don't give room to apologize. Give room for people to apologize to you. And it's only possible if you can control your emotions. If you can't control your emotion, that's how you'll be telling people sorry. But when you can do that, people will always be telling you sorry. Then, do not lose guard, be intentional. Be intentional. Whatever thing you are doing, have a focus. Be intentional on what you're doing. Don't just connect people without focus. When you connect people together without focus, it's aimless. It's aimless. So let us learn to be intentional when we are relating with people. You know your focus. You know what is in your mind. Don't allow anything any manipulative action to divert your attention, to divert your focus. Don't allow it. So be intentional. That is one of the strategies of keeping a relationship. After the next slide, please, you will come in. Then, Mr. Patrick, please share the next slide for me. Okay, guide in building a support team. Yes, before building a support team, you have to bear some things in mind. You have to bear some things in mind. And one of those things is identify your needs. It is when you identify, this is my need. This is a reason why I'm building this relationship. You have to know what you really want. You don't just enter into relationship for child's play, for catching fun, for gossiping. No. Identify what is the need of establishing this network. Why do I need to keep these people? As we said, for wider coverage and all that, you have to identify that your need. Then the next thing after identifying that need is diverse skills. Identify the skills in each of your team members. I want to use Mr. Patrick and Madam Fatima and Aja Rashida as to illustrate. Every one of us here know that Mr. Patrick is very good in publicity, is consistent in connecting with people, in motivating people. We all know that Aja Fatima is good in directing, coordinating, and we know that Dr. Rashida is good in public speaking, in speaking. So you find out that these three people, they are the fronters. I will say that they are fronters in 1 million teachers. What I mean by fronters, they are the one, I will say, that is leading while others are following, while all of us are following. And you find out that these three people have different skills in them. They have different skills. So when you have a team, a network, try to identify the skills of all of them. It is when these skills are identified that you can align them to achieve your objective. You select them. Ah, she's good at this. Let me tell you, there's nobody that doesn't have a deposit. There's nobody that God has not deposited something in. What a good leader does is to find out that deposit. That is what a good leader does. So, as a good leader, even in your classroom, find out what is the strength of this person. And you find this out. That is when you know how to say, okay, this person, this is where you fit in. It's not it's not just all of you are the same. No two persons are the same. No two persons are the same. People are gifted differently. So the ability to identify these different gifts in people is what helps you. Oh, my time is going. Let me rush. Then you have to also consider the people in my team. Are they innovative? And there is a change. Can they withstand the change? Will they buy my idea? Let us do it the same way. Like now, tech is coming. Tech is what is on board. Can these people be part of it, or let us continue doing it the same way? Then people that are teachable. If you have a team of people that they can't take instruction from you, you have to let them know that they have to take instruction, because it's from the instruction that the right thing will be done. That means those people, they feel that they are more than you. I'm trying to be fast so that we can meet up. Then positive mindset people. People that are positive mindset, are positive minded, are people that we should consider in our team. Then Mr. Patrick, the other slide, so that people can come in. The last slide. How to maintain a network of support. How do you sustain it? You see, having a relationship, establishing a relationship is very easy. But sustaining in that relationship is the problem. Is the problem. Why can't we sustain relationship? These are what we want to see now. One is, if know the traits of people that I know the traits. We have 4 traits. We have sanguine, we have melancholy, we have phlegmatic, we have choleric. These 4 people, these are 4 different people, 4 different behaviors. It is our duty to know, okay, I cannot expect a sanguine that is loud to be as organized as a melancholy, and I cannot expect a choleric that is a peacock, a go-getter, to be as organized or as loyal as a phlegmatic. So knowing the trait of each person in your team will help you, so that you don't have issues with them. When they are acting, you know their weakness, you know their strength. When they are acting, you know that they are acting based on their traits. So that is another way to understand that is another way to sustain. Then another way of sustaining the relationship is, let's have a follow-up, or will I say let's invest in your relationship. If you are a relationship, someone is adding value to you, invest on that. Investment might be in time of time, in gifts. Give valuable gifts, because the person is adding to you, is adding value. Don't just allow it to go like that. The more you are gifting, the more you are recognizing, the more they are assisting you, the more they are supporting you. Then another thing is checking, celebrating. Like, people will share their certificate, they have shared their success. You find that people will not even say congratulations. People will not even say thumbs up. This thing doesn't make any sense. It doesn't take anything from you to celebrate people's success. And you are always, I never knew Mr. Patrick from anywhere than commenting on his post. He's commenting on my own. And now we are friends, we are related well. Modupe and other roots, the same thing. Because I follow them, they follow me. So these are the things you do to sustain relationship. Don't ignore people's success. When they say, I have succeeded in this area, don't you do as if you did not see it. Let people know that this person is appreciating me. This person is even rejoicing because of my success. Like Mary Akachi, I like her so much. She will always celebrate with people. That's why when she dropped, I will also celebrate her. And by so doing, I find that she's a new blackbird, but she has made so many connections. She's everywhere now because she's not quiet about people's success. So because of that, she's been connected, she's been recognized, she's been acknowledged. So these are things you do to maintain relationship. Then another thing is be knowledgeable. You be a trait. I say be a trait as a leader, be a trait. What do I mean? It's not in a negative form. It's not in a negative form. Be a lifelong learner. Thank God for this platform that we are learning every day. If you are in a place and they know that you have value to add, they will be loyal to you. They will respect you because they know what you have. So don't fold your hands when others are growing. You fold your hands. I'm a leader. Because of that, nobody is a lie. Is a lie. For myself, I know how many times I've tendered resignation letter. I say I'm not working again. But what follows it? I will increase your salary, increase the salary. Because she knows the value I'm adding. So when you have added value to yourself, you name your price. If you can't pay me this amount, I will not work. And nobody will toil with you in that network, because even if they go, they will come back because they need your service, because they need your value. So these are ways that you use in sustaining relationship. Check in, call on them, drop a message. Just like Mr. Patrick, you will say I'm singing his praises, he deserves it. He is very consistent. Apart from dropping motivational speech, encouraging speech in general platform, to me personally, every day he does it. That is the connection. I will never, there is no that I will not, we don't chat, I don't reply his message, he don't reply to my own, because he's consistent. So checking in is one of the things that sustain relationship. Don't be ignoring people. Learn to have a feedback. And somebody drops something in the platform, give a feedback by celebrating that person. By so doing, building a relationship, sustaining a relationship. Don't be someone that you have exalted yourself so much that any people drops to you is rubbish. It makes no meaning, it makes no sense. No, we should not grow that way. So we are talking about, we have 12 minutes more. So let us use these 12 minutes for our question and contributions. Thank you so much.
Wow. Please, can we give our lovely emojis, clap, love, the flowers, let it come in. Wow. That was awesome. Well done, Miss IJ. Well done. That was an awesome and amazing session.
Thank you.
At this juncture, please, if you have any question, any comments, for the sake of time, please just signify by raising up your hand so that we can give you the floor, just at least in 1 minute or 30 seconds at most. Yes, any question, any contribution? Before the contribution, there is a quote that came to mind from James P. Comer. He said something in terms of relationship. He said, in every interaction, you plant a seed, and the harvest is not just in shared success, but in the lifelong bonds that shape your journey. Everything we do, it's all about the future. What legacy are you leaving? And Ms. Imemba has made us to understand very well from this session that relationship is all about building long-lasting connections. All right, Ms. Ruth, go ahead. Ms. Ruth, go ahead.
Okay, thank you for that very impactful words. I personally have picked this evening. I will just want to add that interpersonal relationship is a skill that we as as individuals need to have, because we need to be intentional about collaborating with our colleagues wherever we are, so that we can achieve one purpose. So once again, interpersonal relationship is a skill that we should intentionally pursue and have. Thank you once again. Thank you, 1 million teachers.
Thank you so much. That's a good one, interpersonal skills. We have Dr. Rashida. Dr.
Good evening.
Rashida, go
Yeah, good
ahead.
evening, everyone. Thank you so
Good
much,
evening.
Mr. Patrick. Thank you, Madam Ijoma. That was a really, really moving session. And I think I personally felt hit by the point on sustaining relationships. We need to work to sustain our relationships. And for some people, it's not so easy. And I'm happy you mentioned about our different personalities. But the important thing is individually also being aware about your personality and knowing how you can, in spite of whatever personality you have, still try to sustain beautiful relationships. And I like what you said about being focused and knowing why you are nurturing relationships. But I just want to add to that by saying that we should also never nurture a relationship from a selfish point of view. So I understand that there are some people you build relationships with because you know that they're good for you. And there are some people that even though you don't hate, you may minimize your interaction with them because they may not be the best for you. But in any situation, let's try not to be selfish, because for me, relationships are like depositing in a bank. It's a form of currency. The more you give, the more you get back. And a lot of times you even get it from where you did not expect. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rashida. That's very apt. That was well said. Every relationship should not come out of a kind of negative motive. We should always have a mindset that what this relationship it's building, it should build positive impact. You don't just go into a relationship like Miss Ichoma said. You should have a focus. You should be intentional. What is this relationship all about? What is it about to do for me and the person? Because one thing we should know, relationship is a two-way street. Relationship is a two-way street. It's all about two people on a ship trying to relate with themselves. And once there are two captains on a ship that cannot relate with themselves, definitely that ship will capsize. So we should be able to relate well with each other. Any other question? Any other suggestion? Sorry, any other comments? Okay, we have from Miss Ayodele Blessing. Miss Ayodele Blessing, go ahead. Ayodele
Good evening,
Blessing,
everyone,
good evening.
and thank you so much, Ma, for this session. My question is that can you please summarize it for those of us just joining because we lag behind? So can you please summarize the whole thing, Ma?
Well, I would say the recording will be dropped. Mr. Patrick will
Exactly.
drop
Yes,
the
you have to go to
recording.
YouTube and watch the recording.
Mm.
The recording of the whole session will be shared on the platform. So you can either watch the recording when it's dropped, or you can go to YouTube and watch it here. So everything is always shared.
All right, sir. All right. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Then we have Mary Akach. Mary, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prince Patrick. And mine is just to say thank you so much for the wonderful session that we've had today. And thank you so much, Miss Madam
Remember, remember.
yeah, yeah. Thank you for reminding us about the role of building relationship at work and everywhere, and the role that unconditional respect, as I usually put it, because we don't look at culture, we don't look at maybe age and gender when it comes to relationship, a healthy one for that matter. And I love the fact that you've taught us how some of the strategies that we can use to build healthy relationship. And again, you've reminded us the importance of building those healthy relationships. Just by the way, I didn't expect you to use my example. So I'm so much humbled. And yeah, do have a wonderful evening from Kenya. Thank you so much once again.
Okay, thank you too. Thank you too.
Oh, thank you, Miss Mary. That was awesome. In fact, I was so speechless and short of words as she kept. In fact, I felt like running out of the session when she was calling my name, calling Mary, calling Dr. Rash. In fact, I would say that it's just started like last year, just a simple chat, and today not seeing each other. We've never seen each other, and it's just as if the relationship is more just like a brother and sister relationship. So thank you very much. I really appreciate. Uh, somebody, Miss Modupe asked a question in the inbox. She said, "How do we deal with mentors, our leaders who aren't accessible without being discouraged, without being discouraged? How do we deal with mentors and leaders who aren't accessible without being discouraged?"
Okay, I will say that when you are dealing with a mentor that is not accessible, and you will keep on, don't relent in your efforts. Like me, I have mentored someone that was so difficult that I had to report the person to Madam Fatima that the person is not, but because of the consistency in following her up, she had to test me that and ask for forgiveness. So I think he has to do with having more patience with the person and continuous efforts. And you continue in that effort, don't be tired. The person will change his or her mind. I had Madam Fatima knew when I reported a mentee to her one time, but on the person's own, the person tested me that I'm willing now, I'm ready to comply with you. So I think if I had given up on her, I don't think that this result would have come. So we should not give up on anything. So let us continue making efforts. So that is what I would say. Continual effort will change the situation.
Thank you so much for the reply. I think, Madam Fatima, I think you should lend your voice to this question. I don't know if you're there, ma.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I completely agree with what Victoria said, that with patience and resilience, because we now live in a digital age, it's not as if you have to see the person physically. There is email, there is text, there is Zoom. There's so many ways to communicate. So don't give up. People might be busy. People might have busy schedules. Just drop an email or drop a voice note. or a text message, and don't give up. Keep at it. You know, like there is this proverb, Yoruba proverb that says, "Patient can cook a stone."
Mm,
Only
yes,
sùúrù lè
Yeah.
ṣe òkúta jìnnà.
yes,
I don't know
Yes.
how true you can cook a stone, but it's just
yes.
giving an example that with
Amaka.
patience and perseverance, anything we want to achieve in life, we have to persevere.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ma. And that is true. One of the things I've learned through life is all you just need is just be patient. Just be patient. It might not happen immediately, but with time and you keeping at it, it will surely come to be. So patience is a virtue that in everything, when you are building relationships and trying to establish relationship, you have to be patient. It's just like you planting a seed. If that's the relationship you have with that seed, it's all about being patient with it. You can't expect the seed to immediately grow and begin to give you fruits. You just have to be patient to wait for the harvest. So at this note, I think there's no more questions. So at this point, we want to say a big thank you to Madam Victoria Imemba Ijoma for this
Thank you.
wonderful session. It was an amazing session,
Thank
and
you.
we look forward to many more sessions with you ahead in the coming years.
Thank
And
you.
to every black belt out there,
Thank
let's
you.
also know that the Thursday session is our time for growth, our time for empowerment. Let's not just sit back and relent. There is a seed, there is a giant in all of us. So we need to make sure we push that giant out by taking bold steps. The platform is always open. Reach out to Madam Fatima if you have a presentation, reach out to her, and a date will be set for you, and the floor will be yours. I don't know, Ms. Fatima,
Absolutely.
if you have anything to say before we.
Absolutely, yes, exactly. I'm so happy. I'm so impressed with Madam Victoria Imemba. She's truly, one of those people who have really taken up the whole 1 million teachers black belt session into their lives. And you can see how she has grown, how she has blossomed, how she has bloomed
Yeah,
into a black belt. And this is what we want to see. When you do the 1 million teachers course, we want to see that growth. We want to see you empowering others, just
yeah,
like Madam Victoria. So don't let her be the only one. I'm really open to anybody, any black belt. This is what we want to do. This is how we build our relationships. This is how we get to know each other. This is how we get to help each other, encourage each other, and build our community and empower each other. So I am really looking forward to, in this new year, 2025, see more black belts taking the podium every Thursday. So well done, keep it up. Thank you for all that joined.
thank you once again, Madam IJ, and please, this is a wake-up call to everyone. We can do it. You can do it. All you need to do is believe in yourself. 2025 is not all about people. It should be about you. Start harnessing those gifts in you. Push them out and let the world see the giant in you. Let the world begin to see that there is something bigger and better in you. So that is just it. And as we come to a close for the day, let's also remember that the HP math is ending by February. So let's do well to also begin to round up our sessions. And at the same time,
Not even
let's
February,
also
not
fill
even
the form.
February.
It's
By,
January, not February.
sorry,
Yeah,
by January. By
Only
January.
everybody should have
January.
finished by the end of January, really.
By January. Please,
I have one
there is
section
a
to
form.
finish up.
There is the form, the Google
Okay,
form
well, all
is
right.
here for.
Because we actually scheduled a graduation for the end of January,
Yes,
but if you say you
January.
haven't finished, we can push it to February. I'll speak to Rizma and the rest of the team. But honestly, we did pencil down the end of January for graduation. We did, because it's 6 months since August. I think we started the last week in August. So it has been 6 months. But if there's some of you that still need extra time, okay, we can push it to February. But we should be rounding up and finishing up and getting ready for HP Mat 6 very soon.
Definitely.
Wow.
So
Wow.
thank you once again. Thank you once again, everyone. Wish you a lovely night, evening from wherever you are, and look forward, like we say, to awaken the giant in you. Good night, and God bless you all.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye. Done and dusted.